Hey, you know what it is? It's another episode of Talking Trash, and this is your man, D. U. You know, uh, down here on the late night tip. Well, it's late for me, maybe early for some of y'all. Uh, 9:52, 9:52 p.m. Um, let's get right into it. First, Mongo talk. Uh, the Mongo talk, short and sweet. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to each and every one of you out there. Enjoy your new year. Make some goals for this new year. Have some fun. Again, Happy New Year. Most important thing, make some goals. Make some goals. Have something that you want to achieve for this new year. All right? Now let's get into it. Let's talk some trash.
Morning.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah. Okay. Today is Tuesday. Um, Yesterday was, as far as the NFL was concerned, it was called Black Monday, right? It was the firing of NFL coaches, right? The firing of NFL coaches. Um, I wonder why everything that is like got a negative connotation got to be like Black Monday, like black something, right? Black Monday, firing NFL coaches. But some of the NFL coaches that got fired yesterday, um, and some got fired today too. So what's the day? Today's Black Tuesday as well. Um, some of the NFL coaches that got fired is Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris was head coach of the Falcons. His season ended at 8-9. Kevin Stefanski, head coach of the Browns. His season ended at 5-12. He finally decided to put Shador Sanders in the make him a starting quarterback, put him in the game, right? Um, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's a great coach. I think he got the short end of the stick, coaching the Raiders. 74 years old, but a great coach. I think a Hall of Fame coach. Um, he ended at 4-13. Jonathan Gannon, head coach of the Cardinals, his season ended at 3-14. And John Harbaugh was today with the Ravens. 18 years as an NFL coach with the Baltimore Ravens. His season ended at 8-9. Those were the coaches that was fired. But to segue into it, I want to go into the Giants' first three moves they need to make to have a successful season. And the first three moves that the Giants need to make, one is to find a head coach, and that coach should be John Harbaugh. They should open up the bank for John Harbaugh. Give John Harbaugh what he wants. Like the only other, I heard talks of Tomlin leaving the Pittsburgh Steelers, but the next best thing for the Giants, if it's not Tomlin, is Harbaugh. Harbaugh needs to be the coach of the New York City Giants. The Giants, I know Mara, the owner, is going through a tough situation right now, but his team needs to open up the checkbook and make John Mara, John Harbaugh, the next coach of the New York City Giants. Um, the second thing they need to do is draft an offensive lineman. The Giants are picking fifth in the draft. They need to protect Jackson Dart. They need to strengthen up that that offensive line. They don't need a quarterback. They got a quarterback. They got their quarterback. They should definitely probably pick up that kid Spencer Fano from Utah. They need to shore up, strengthen up their offensive line. Um, and the third thing, they need to get one of these free agent wide receivers. If they're gonna open up the bank for John Harbaugh, I suggest they open up the bank for George Pickens, the wide receiver from the Dallas Cowboys. Now, there's a great chance, a high chance that Jerry Jones is going to sign George Pickens, but I will sure make it hard for him to do, because I will open up the checkbook and bring George Pickens here. Why? One, I think Malik Neighbors is going to be good next season, but he's coming off an ACL injury. So I don't expect him from game 1 to game 4 to be the Malik Neighbors of old. He's going to have to get ramped up. Like, he's going to have to play 6 or 7 games before probably we see the Malik Neighbors that we used to seeing, right? Because one, he's going to come back and he's going to have to get used to not being injured. Like get used to being back on the field and comfortable not being injured, right? Like there's a mental process, a thought process that you go through after going through an injury like that and getting surgery. You have to feel comfortable and confident um in your limbs, right? Um so if I'm the Giants, I'm I'm putting out all stops and I'm going after George Pickens. I'm going after George Pickens. Like, and once Malik Neighbors get right, um, he gets right. Imagine Jackson Dart having Malik Neighbors on one side and George Pickens on the other. Because first of all, we're gonna lose Wan'Dale Robinson. If Wan'Dale Robinson and his agent is smart, he'll leave the Giants and make sure his client gets as much money as possible with another team, right? Hit that free agent market and let Wan'Dale Robinson get paid. He was the best Giant receiver after this year, after Malik Neighbors went down. Get rid of Darius Slayton, please. Darius Slayton, for the money he makes, is not producing for the New York Giants. But again, if I'm the Giants, if I'm Joe Shane, which he didn't lose his job, Brian Dable lost his, and I know a lot of people were saying Joe Shane should lose his job as well. But he's still here. They need to open up the bank, open up the checkbook, and go after George Pickens. So 3 things: get a head coach, preferably John Harbaugh. Second, shore up that offensive line, starting with Spencer Fano out of Utah. You know, the big 6'6", 310-pound kid out of Utah. And get a free agent wide receiver. I'm starting, if I'm Joe Shane, I'm starting with George Pickens. I'm going after George Pickens. You got your quarterback. Protect your quarterback. Give your quarterback some talent to throw to, you know? I think because we don't know. And the next thing, you know, for Dart, his targets were, you know, Malik Neighbors, Scatterbull. Scatterboo's injury, we don't know how Scatterboo's if Scatterable is going to be the same. We don't know yet. But I think they're good with Tracy in the backfield, right? So get him another wide receiver to go along with Malik Neighbors. Had the Giants looking right, you know. But to speak about looking right and who haven't been looking right in the new year, it's the Knicks. The Knicks are 0-4 for the new year. They went from looking like the last time I was on here, I said the Knicks should be in first place in about 2 weeks. That was 7 days ago, right? The Knicks are now currently in third place. Boston has moved up to second place where the Knicks was at. Jaylen Brown is earning his money. I can't front on him. I can't dog the young man. Jaylen Brown is earning his money. No Jason Tatum. And he has right now, with his efforts, he has the Boston Celtics in second place right now in the East. Knicks are in third. Knicks got smacked by Detroit, right? But this is a long season. This is a long season. Every year, the team has some type of losing streak. Well, these 4 games is the longest losing streak the Knicks have had in the past 2 years. They've had, like, I think the most 3-game losing streak, the most, I believe. But right now they're at 4. Tomorrow they play a Clipper team that's hot because Kawhi's back and Kawhi's putting up numbers. They could go 0-5 tomorrow. But the good thing is that it's a numbers game most times in the NBA. The Knicks are playing at home. I think the Clippers are due for a loss because they've been playing good, So the Knicks might be able to break that losing streak and get back on track. I'ma just say I'm not gonna do like some other Knicks fans and go into panic mode and be like, yo, trade the whole team, get them out of here. I just think it's part of the course. It's a long season. It's 82 games. We're not even in the game 40 yet. The Knicks is at game 36. So we get around like there's no panic because we got past game 20. We see what the Knicks are. You see what the Knicks are. The Knicks are gritty. The Knicks are scrappy. They may be going through something. What? Don't know. The worst I've ever seen them so far this season is last night when they played Detroit, losing by 31. That did not look like the New York Knicks. And one thing, well, a couple of things that just looking at it as a fan, Mike Brown has been choosing to play McCullough over Diawara. Nah, I like McCullough, but if it's means you got to sacrifice some minutes for Diawara, I'd rather see Muhammad Diawara instead of McCullough. I mean, McCullough's a good player, but Diawara's upside is tremendous. Like you see it, he's taller. They got about the same amount of energy, but Diawara's taller. Diawara's a scorer. As McCullough is like last time I was on here, I said, yo, he's a junior Josh Hart. I think he shoots better than Josh Hart, but watching him, his motor is not a Josh Hart motor. Josh Hart is a one-man fast break. McCullough is not that. But and I expect at what? How old is McCullough? 23? I expect at 23 years old for him to be running around the court like a chicken with his head cut off, right? Like a burst of energy. He should be doing that. But, you know, you gotta put Kumo D on the court. Muhammad Diarra. He needs to be on the court. Um, and then here's something that is bugging me. The Knicks went on this losing streak when Deuce came back. Forever, I've always said this. I don't like Brunson and Deuce in the backcourt together. Deuce, I love the defense he plays, but people could say just because of his height, he's a point guard. He's not a point guard. The creativity factor, the ball handling factor diminishes when it's Deuce and Brunson in the backcourt together. I'd rather see Kolick and Brunson in the backcourt together. Or Kolick, Kolick and Deuce. I don't like Brunson and Deuce in the backcourt together. They just don't fit. There's better decision making when Brunson and Kolick is in the backcourt together. You got two exceptional ball handlers. And then you don't have two guys that's in the backcourt fighting to get buckets. You know? And to keep it a buck, Deuce creativity on the handle is limited. It's limited. So, and I'm not saying, oh, let's get rid of Deuce in favor of Kolick. Find another way, right? Find another way. Because when that rotation was clicking when it was Diarra and Kolick coming off the bench when Deuce was hurt. Josh Hart was hurt. I mean, still hurt. Been out 6 games. I think going on 7 now. If he doesn't play in the Clipper game, it'll be 7. So, but it's a long season. These 4 games, I'm not crashing out. I seen people crash out like, yo, trade half of the team, get Giannis here. Man, we trade half of the team to get Giannis. Them championship thoughts, that championship window for this year that's gone. You know, that's gone because now we're starting over from scratch. We got to, Giannis going to have to get acclimated here. He's not coming here and automatically helping us win, 25 games and become first in the East and we go into a championship. Look, if Giannis was that dude, Giannis is that dude, but if he was that dude, Milwaukee wouldn't be in 11th place right now. I don't care what you say. If he sometimes I feel like some people are past that championship window. Like Chris Paul. Chris Paul, look, he's retiring. He's never getting a chip, right? He's never getting a chip. I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true. I didn't even see that he signed with Houston. Is that true? I don't know. But if he's still with the Clippers, send him home. If he's still with some things are not in the cards for some people. Giannis got his chip. I kind of feel like Giannis is never getting another chip ever. He's going to wow you with his athletic skill. He's going to put up 40, 45, 50 some nights. But I think him winning a chip, those days, it's over. He had a good team when he won it. Um, when he won it, I think back in 2019. Um, I think those days is past for him. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to be a box office draw. But what most people get into and get excited about are the trades. People get excited about players getting traded and getting new players from free agency. I'm more into having a set team and that team having some chemistry and some continuity. Like, man, if we get Giannis, like, we not just losing Cat. We probably lose OG. We might lose Josh Hart. We might lose, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna lose some key pieces. Don't think, oh, we're gonna go after Giannis. We're gonna go after Giannis, and we just gonna like give up what's his name, Pacome Dadier and Yabusele, and it's all gonna be good. And Cat, no, that's not what's gonna happen. Like, people say, oh, trade Yabusele. Yabusele's stock has dropped. And far as Pacome Dadier, his stock is bankrupt. You know? Like, if I'm a GM on the phone, don't even mention his name to me. I don't want Pacome Dadier for what? Who is he helping? What has he done? Nothing. He should be thanking God he's still in the NBA right now. You know? So, yeah, like, yo, let like let's explore Giannis when the season's over. If the Knicks, I may sound crazy, but if the Knicks win the chip, yo, blow it up, trade Cap, bring Giannis over here, get a couple more pieces. We don't got the chip, right? We don't want a chip. The long the long wait awaited championship we've been looking for. If the Knicks don't win the chip by the end of the season, hey, make some moves. Yeah, try to get Giannis over here if possible. But right now, middle of the season, trade deadline, nah, let him stay in Milwaukee. Let him stay in Milwaukee. If he goes to any team, I don't care what team, he blowing that team up. It's Hiroshima. Wherever Giannis go, that team is going to be done. Core players done, gone. Right? So, yeah. But tomorrow night, let's see if the Knicks could break that losing streak. And before I get out of here, you know, gotta give you my song of the day. Song I've been listening to. It's a cat out of Georgia. His name is Jay Wick. Song is called Pork Chop Sandwich. Check out Pork Chop Sandwich by Jay Wick. Dope song. Yo, it's your man DU. I'm out of here. Enjoy.